So the Canik TP9 Elite SC versus the Glock 43X. These are two popular EDC guns. Today we're going to find out which one performed better for me personally. So we're going to be using a 4-page printable target, silhouette target. Since it's a little bit smaller than your standard target, we're going to be at a distance of about 5 yards. We're going to be performing 3 different drills with 5 reps each, and that's going to be for each firearm. So that comes out to a total of 30 total tests for the firearms. We're going to start with the 222 drill. And we're going to do the bill drill. And finally, we're going to do the Mozambique drill. We're going to take that data and use range intel to calculate the hit factors. We're going to transfer that over to our range data sheet to log the results. And then we're going to build a report out in range intel when we get home. So one of the reasons we're doing a video like this is because we see a lot of YouTube videos and gun review videos. I mean, there are endless amounts of those, and those are good, they're interesting, and they're fun to watch, but they're not always providing like some of the details I think we are wanting out of that video. And so what I'm aiming to do here is actually measure the performance of each firearm, and then we're going to compare them and find out which one actually worked better for me personally. But you got to keep in mind, you know, I'm not Lucas Botkin, I'm not Ben Stoger, and I have my own poor shooting habits that I'm trying to work through and get better at over time. So I'm just a regular guy, and I wanted to see what happens if I was to actually measure the performance of each firearm and see what the percent difference might be. And so that's exactly what I did, and here's the video. Also, I just want to comment on something really quick. You might actually notice that I'm not drawing from concealed carry with 2 pistols that you're likely to conceal carry with, and there's a reason for that. It's because I didn't want the draw when I went to draw the firearm from the holster. I didn't want that to be part of the data and affect the results. So I'm actually drawing from outside the waistband to completely eliminate that. So we're ignoring my pistol draw from the results, and we're just looking at the shootability of the pistol and the performance, the triggers, the sights, the grip, and all of that. The ability to transition between targets. So that's really what the data is showing and what we're looking at.
Round 1 for the bill drill. We're going to go with the middle target.
Okay, so I'm going to let the video play for a bit so you can watch for yourself and kind of look at some of the differences between the 2 firearms.
Five X-rays, 1 Charlie.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Canik. So right off the bat, one of the things I don't like about the gun is I can't put my pinky on the grip. That's super annoying and frustrating, and it's almost a deal breaker for me. But the extended mag, which allows you to put your pinky on the grip, makes up for that, but you gotta make sure you carry that. The slide release is really tough to utilize with one thumb, so just keep that in mind. You should probably rack by hand anyways. And the trigger, it's a Canik trigger, so most of us are familiar with that by now. It's really good, clean and crisp. So the Glock 43X, I mean, this is a standard Glock. It's got a spongy Glock trigger, nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge Glock fan. I also like Canik, but huge Glock fan. And there's nothing really special about this gun. I do prefer the grip over the Canik a little bit more. Because my pinky fits on it. But yeah, the slide release is really easy to utilize with one hand, and it's just a standard spongy Glock trigger. Also, the Canik has more capacity, by the way. So we took that data of all the range tests and we put it into rangeintel.com, which is a shooting analytics web app for mobile and desktop. And the results showed that the Canik won hands down. It had a 7.37 overall average hit factor, whereas the Glock only had a 6.27 average hit factor. And we're going to look at what that means here in just a second. So the Canik won in every single drill, as you can tell from this heat map. It won in the 222 drill, the Bill drill, and the Mozambique drill came out on top. I had no idea what the results would be before I did this stuff, by the way. So here's a comparison chart. So if I switch from the Glock to the Canik, I would have a 17.54% performance improvement in my shooting capabilities. And if I was to go from a Canik to a Glock, I would actually lose 14.93% performance. So to me, that's a huge difference. And that's not just like 1% or 2%. And obviously, you know, I'm not a perfect shooter. So this video isn't me telling you like, hey, go buy a Canik, right? What I'm just showing you what happened with my own personal experience. Really what this showed me is that if I was just going to purchase these guns stock and really not make any modifications to them, I'm going to go with the Canik. And I believe the Glock actually had some aftermarket sights on that already, by the way, but they weren't super great. If I was going to go with the Glock 43X, in my personal opinion, I would 100% carry a red dot on it. I wouldn't want to just carry it with just iron sights, in my opinion. The data and the results showed that I was shooting better hands down with the Canik, so that's probably what I would just go with. And I think the Canik is an awesome gun for the money. It's an extremely valuable gun, but Glock is awesome too. But anyways, guys, I hope this video was helpful and entertaining or interesting to you. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, just leave your ideas down in the comments, and we're going to be looking into attachments and triggers and different pistols and even more, and comparing these types of things. So let us know what you want to see next, and we hope you like the content. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll catch you soon. So thanks for tuning in to Pistol Creek Range, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.